I want to talk today for the forum about the subliminal aspect of the ego. That's something that I noticed when Willie was wearing the shirt. It said Grateful Dude. Now, I am a very grateful dude, so I was subliminally influenced. Now, the misconception I'm not going to tell you about because I just told you why. Because you don't want to believe in falsehood. The thing, the thing is, the thing is that's so powerful, so profound, is that everybody thinks, and this is brainwashing. We've all been brainwashed. It's the advertising, it's the words, and it's the packaging of whatever it is, attractive packaging. It's the symbols, in other words, that are responsible for the behavior that we exhibit. But what I want to tell us all here, myself included, as well as my loved ones, is that actually those images are made in the brain. I had a brain biopsy a while back, and they took a sample of my brain and they sent it to some labs on the mainland in California. I live in Hawaii, so it went far, far away. So the whole time they were doing the biopsy, I was aware that I was creating it. I'd been in a relationship. I was creating a lot of pain for myself because I kind of wanted to kill myself. So I was there and I'm experiencing this, and I say, I know I'm doing this, but I have to do this for God. I have to suffer. And that was when I had the realization that it was actually all created in my mind. Now you'll understand that the mind is not the brain, and we have an etheric brain, just like I told the closest person to me. So actually, the fact that we see these images because the mind of the human being is a computer, the time there is no moment where that can play back outside of time. So then, actually, if you're really interested in programming, you can make your own symbols, and that is possible. And I don't recommend it. It's the manipulation of symbols, and the reason I don't recommend it is because that is still that's not the field. That's still me. you know, what's talking right now is still the mind. So I had this experience before I saw more electronic media videos and posts, that was where this mechanism here that seems to be located in this area shut down. And that was actually when I started to see that all of the thoughts, which are from this attractor field, were not there because someone put them there. So actually, at this moment in time, there's rap music coming from my left and cars going by. So the field right now is what it is. The field right now, if we tested it, would be below 200 most likely. So I have created a field within myself that is stable, and it reaches states of love. And it's because it's not just ego, because nothing is just ego, but it's exhausting. And we all know in our spiritual work, I mean, I know in my spiritual work, and I think you know, the downside of that, feeling that you are God and you are not. And the continual removing of the obstacles allows for revelations continuously. The sharing that I'm doing right now is from what I comprehended when I went outside. And actually, on the inside, it's just hypnosis. And so it's just the mind that the followers of David Hawkins, the students of David Hawkins' work have. And we are not under any kind of obligation to do what we're doing. You understand? Nobody is under any obligation. It's a universe of free will. Will, yes, will now. Will is the operative determinant. The operative determinant which is seen. I see will. And I know sometimes it will happen with a person that they will see the they will have the on the downside a desire to have a particular outcome, to have things go a particular way, and that desire for much of the population that calibrates below 200 will motivate them, and it's a more powerful energy field than the level underneath it. I think that's shame. No, that's on the scale, the one underneath desire is less strong than desire, but still, it's not got the sufficient energy that inspiration has. So, the patterning of oneself to words and verbiage has its limitations because we're all dreaming in language. That's one reason why when I'm here at this place where I'm at, I will sometimes meet people who have certain beliefs about America and about things that seem crazy to me, and I've told them, with my understanding, never to judge them, that it's because they're looking at my hologram from their perspective, and to them I look how I look to you right now, because those people I've met who are in the CIA or whatever are outside of your awareness. I don't really feel my subconscious is hidden. Everything can be accessed. There are no secrets. So I've been doing the kinesiologic technique with the O-ring and asking questions, getting ones and zeros. Coincidentally, in the sequence of time, after I had first seen a recording of David R. Hawkins on a computer at the university I was attending in 2011, I printed out a business card that said, it was a business card with the words "Go Investigative," and there was 10101010 pattern@gmail.com, and I don't know if Hawkins' attractor field had inspired me, or if the strange attractor had. Like Lorentz butterfly in Power versus Force. So an attractor field operating outside of another attractor field within an attractor field. And at this level, I can relate to deception. I can relate to fear, and I can relate to withholding information. That is also the reason why I have continuously focused on the process instead of a particular personage as what I'm holding in mind. I can't think of anything else constructive to say, uh, except that there's an inner temptation at the levels, um, the hypothetical levels, um, in the map of consciousness, in my own map of consciousness, my own uh, place that I'm at here now, to tell you that what is not understood becomes more clear when it's not taken on faith, but in a rational, scientific way. I have a mental disorder and I have to take medication. Um, in this world, it was the cause of a lot of my uh, delusions. Yes, delusions. They were delusions. I didn't realize how close my face was to the camera here. Um, okay, so uh, all of that being taken with a dash of salt. um, it's important to keep a good sense of humor. It's important to always be kind to oneself and to others, and to love others as you love yourself. Those are the keys to enlightenment, as I have experienced them. And I want to thank all of the students and the teacher. I want to thank um, the 21st century that we live in, and all of the information and valuable resources that we've accessed to be able to communicate with ourselves for the sake of growth and spiritual truth and all of the things that go with that. And that is what I am so grateful for, because that is my joy, and that is truly my passion, and what takes me to places that I don't think most people go to, that are just so deep and profound and that have such peace to them. So um, I have a great joy in my heart and in my mind and in our consciousness. Everybody has been there, and we're all here, and I know that. And it's important to keep it simple, sweetie. I mean, KISS. What I mean is, you can use an acronym to remind yourself of a truth. And you're going to have your own experience of truth, and everyone has had their own experiences of truth. And the society that we live in today is one that does not really peddle truth in a way that it's actually true. It's done in a way that makes profit. So to let go of these positionalities is actually not out there, it's in here. And that's why everything that I've said right now is actually a falsehood. And that's why I want to leave you with that, just to show you this process as we come to disidentify from this, take ourselves away from this body-mind, this spiritual ego, and go to a place through whatever our understanding of God is, where we are in tune with the moment, and at the same time not trying to control or dominate it. And of course, your keys to your psyches are going to be what works for you. And I am in the service of that, which is why I wished to wish the letting go, the pathway of surrender people well. Say Gloria in Excelsis Deo, and have a nice day.